So it's Kwame with the Reggae Recipe on Capital Extra. Just played you a big tune. 2021 sees 15 years of temperature. And 2006 was the year it was one of the biggest songs in the world. Smashed the UK charts, top of the Billboard Hot 100. The artist responsible was the Grammy Award winning superstar artist, the mighty Sean Paul, who now joins us on the recipe. Wagwan, big man Sean.
Boy, I'm there, I'm a G, man. Give thanks for the time. Give thanks. Wagwan.
Nah, say a word. Everything blessed around here. We're out here celebrating Temperature King. 15 years of greatness, man.
Yeah, mad things, mad things. I forgive thanks.
Yes, I am. So how's the family and all that good stuff? The little ones, Levi and Remy. Everybody blessed? The wife?
Yeah, man. Them good. Everybody's good. I mean, we give thanks, you know what I mean?
All right, growing taller.
It's a crazy year, but yeah.
I hear that, boss. And you know the amazing thing I discovered the other day was that your grandma actually lives in the UK.
No, she come from the UK. She been in Jamaica
from the UK.
She's a artist.
Right.
Yeah. So she come from Coventry on Rugby.
Okay.
And that's the place where she lived. But she left there. She left there right after the war. Yeah, little after the war and forward, yes, sir.
Okay, blessed love to grandma every time.
Yeah,
so, in interview terms, I kind of figured like this was an early start to it. 10 a.m. in Kingston, Jamaica right now as we speak. Is that early for you though?
Yeah, I want to tell you I've been up since 6.
Okay.
But, yeah, some little things, you know what I mean? Since the pandemic, I'm not going to studio at night. And so the cycle kind of switch up. So, yeah, I'm usually a night person, but now I'm a day person.
Now you're a day person. Up at 6 a.m. So do you have like a morning routine that you do? Like, you get up, go to the gym, blah, 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 or do you just follow the flow?
I usually swim.
You usually swim?
In the morning. Yeah, I swim for Jamaica back in the day, and so I started swimming again the other day. So I went swimming yesterday morning. You know?
Okay, beautiful. I was going to say, like, people do sometimes forget the water polo years of Sean Paul. Big in the thing, representing JA to the maximum. So are you like a serious swimmer? Do you do like 20 lengths of the pool and all them kind of thing there?
Yeah, yesterday I did 1,500 meter, which is,
wow,
I think 1,500, I think that's 30 laps.
30 laps, just like that?
Of the big pool, yeah.
Okay, mad, serious with it. I can do like 5 when I'm ready still. It's been a long time though. I haven't touched a swimming pool for a minute. But speaking of the water polo thing, I have to say that's not like a very common sport. How would you describe a Lionel Messi water polo type move?
Boy, well, to me, when I was training the Junior Pan Am Games, we went to Mexico. Yeah, Cuba was the best team. I mean, worldwide. They beat Egypt, then beat USA, Canada, all of that. And those were big teams back then.
Okay.
Especially for the Junior Pan Am Games. So Cuba had a big side, man. Yeah.
Okay. So have you ever considered going back to like the swimming seriously and the water polo stuff? Or is it past it?
2 years ago, I started playing water polo again, or 3 years now. And then that was when I was home. So every Saturday I would go play the game. During the week I go train about 3 times a week. But through the pandemic now, I kind of allowed that out and just do the swimming by myself. You know what I mean?
All right, bag of lengths up and down the pool and stuff. Love that. Mad. Right, so it's older news now, but the Grammy Awards. I know you cite this brother as a key inspiration to your career. You must have been happy to see Father Toots and the Maytals win, right?
Yeah, definitely. R.I.P. to Toots. A lot of people tend to think that just because, the strength of the Marley name, usually that person will win. Big up to Skip Marley too. It was a very great effort. But, Toots, he served the community, he served the genre well, served the culture well. And it was very unfortunate what happened, So I was pleased that I did give it to him. It felt like reggae win a real reggae Grammy. You know what I mean?
Right. Beautiful. In terms of how you cite him as an inspiration, is it more about the longevity of his career that appeals to you?
The man voice. He used to sing with the mic way down yourself. You know what I mean? Because his voice was very strong.
Okay.
My mother also was one of the first people to kind of show me music and tell me about how I'm strong them with him voice, and was an inspiration for that reason as a kid. Just the hits that he had that I knew, and then growing up and becoming an artist myself, and then going on tour, I would see him every year, and that was a very big inspiration for me at the age he was. I would say fans that was, from 15 years old to to his age then, in the crowd, in big crowds, every year, you know what I mean? And that gave me a big, what I can say, that gave me a big inspiration to know that, you can do this career for a long time, especially being a reggae musician or dancer like what I do. So yeah, longevity was something that I really respected, but also that's the talent. You know what I mean? At his age, I spin and I do certain form of split, and go up back and yeah, man, and it was a G, man.
It's coming like the James Brown of reggae music, for real.
Exactly.
R.I.P. the legend, for real.
Yeah.
But as good as that was, and congratulations and R.I.P. to Father Toots, we still take a little bit of issues with the Grammys, right? As far as the exposure of the Best Reggae Award is concerned.
Yeah, for me, never being broadcast is something that is like a slight, you can say it's a disrespect, because even when I did win the Grammy back in the 2003, arguably I was one of the biggest selling musics around. And if they didn't respect it then, it was like, okay. But looking at it after that, where this music, dancehall, has affected so much different genres, from we starting reggaeton to how Afrobeat sound right now, to zesting music or Trinidad music as them call it, to the Biebers and the Drake them and the Rihanna them and Sway Lee them and the Ed Sheeran them and the, you know what I mean?
Whole bunch.
The French Montana and Sway Lee. There's a lot of people where doubling the sound, and it's obviously a very strong vibe why people would gravitate towards it and do music such like that, Beyonce and Keisha Cole come do songs with me too. There's so much strength that we've given the earth, and then to not be broadcast still up to this day, is to me is a slight like sweeping under the carpet of the genre, yeah, give them the Grammy. For me, that's a kind of disrespect.
Yeah.
We've been around long enough. Reggae has been around long enough, and we have had some key players in, people like Bob Marley, Jimmy Cliff, Third World Band, people like, Shabba Ranks, Shaggy, and myself, where we have been showing that we are a strong force internationally, and we influence people internationally. And
yes.
We still up to this day. Even down to coffee, we're not respected in that way. Where it's like, give them a little 2 seconds to say, yeah, people want to go on, give thanks, and it be broadcasted. The broadcasting thing is very important to me because, there's a lot of people watching on that night who kind of, they might not know the exact the genre itself, or they might hear Bob Marley alone out the genre, and it would give us a lot more exposure. You know what I mean? When you hear earlier this night, so and so won the Grammy Award, the Reggae Grammy. You never really see the person, and you never see their personality. Those things go a long way when it comes on to garnering new fans. And yeah, I just feel it's disrespectful,
True.
At this point.
Out in the UK, we'll say it's just a little bit shabby, but with the influence of people like yourself speaking up for it, I'm sure it will change up in the very, very near future. I hope so, definitely, anyway. So I heard
So,
you came off the roads for a good 5 months at the beginning of the pandemic. As a 6
yeah.
months a year touring artist, was that a bit of a shock to the system for you?
In terms of not being able to do the shows, then yeah, I mean, spending more family time was important, and it gave me a lot of that, which was great, and also a lot of studio time. Those two things I give thanks for. But the amount of time that it was going to take, I wasn't really sure.
Okay.
But doing my research with the conspiracy theories and watching news feeds and reading, and I kind of planned for myself like 2 years in a rest, Kwame. I was like, me used to say, whatever, vaccine or not, it's gonna take 2 years at least. And for me, I think it's early for the vaccine. I know a lot of people taking it right now, and it is showing signs of kind of cooling out the speed of which, or the rate of which the virus will go. But me personally, I was afraid of it. I think it wasn't studied long enough.
Okay.
But we are in a position that we don't know how to deal with it, you know what I mean? So there's bound to be times where innovations or whatever that we try. And so,
right.
Meanwhile, I'm wary of the vaccine. And I go tell nobody, say, yo, brother, go and take it. I've had close friends that are doctors that actually take it. I mean, I cuss them and say, yo, might you grow some pubic hair for your toe or something, bro? And they laugh after me and thing, and but that's just me being a little weary, and that's how I am,
Right.
Yeah, but one thing is that I trust science as well. I trust in my faith as well. So I have to balance it off, in my head.
Okay.
But yeah.
So maybe
big up to
sometime.
all the people on the front lines working hard, police, soldiers, doctors, nurses, who are taking it, big up to, I see them as, enough people call it guinea pig, but I don't call them guinea pig. I see them as very brave.
Right.
Give thanks for going forward and doing that. I don't have that bravery right now in myself, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's talk of, obviously the live sector has been very seriously affected by this pandemic, but there's talk of an opportunity to travel and do shows, etc., if you have the vaccine. So you wouldn't consider that, even though there was X amount of food waiting for you on the other side of the world?
As I say, I planned for 2 years, After that point, maybe, I've been very cautious, trying to stay away from people using the holy water, the hand sanitizer, using my mask when necessary, staying away from big crowds. And I plan to do that for 2 years, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But we see how it go. After the 2 year, or after a certain time where I feel like, I've done more research on this whole subject.
Right.
Maybe, but for now, me plan 2 years, just do some studio work and give people music and do 1 or 2 virtual performances. But that's where it is for me right now.
Okay. So after the 2 years, if we don't see anybody grow no pubic hair upon them toe,
yeah,
then it could have worked still. Mad. In conversation with the mighty Sean Paul right now, it's the Reggae Recipe on Capital Extra. So Sean, the new music, 2 albums, 1 landed and 1 incoming. We've got Scorcha, and then we got Live and Living. Amazing. What made you decide to give us 2 albums in the same year?
Same reason. I think that right now people need music for every instance of heartbreak or disappointment or frustration in my life. I've always leaned upon music, and we need it in this time. Plus, last year I was about to drop an album, the Scorcha album. Tovlo was the first single, the Call On Me song, and then this hit, and I kind of locked away for about 5 months, and I didn't do nothing. Then I went to the studio, and being that I had so much more studio time now, after that 5 months, I started to go back. I started to remember all of these projects that I had. I was going to put out as singles. You know, they was going to put out the Buju single probably in March this year, and then later down I put out the Serrani single. But I kind of got the idea, say, yo, why don't I try do a whole album? I have the studio time, I have the space to do it. So I spoke with Island, who's been very gracious, you know what I mean? They've given me permission in my contract with them that I can put out regular singles in the dancehall community and these type of things. So I kind of had a conversation with them, telling them that, you know, I really feel an album this time around. And they gave me the go-ahead. So big up to them. The first album is called Live and Living. It's more hardcore dancehall. I reached out to, you know, a lot of artists, from established artists to the young, you know, blood that is in the community or in the genre. So big up Buju Banton, Busy Signal, Junior Gang, people like Left Side, people like Serrani, Mavado, people like, you know, Sasko. All these people appear on the album and are the more established acts, but people like Skillibeng, Massacre, you know, whenever we go Suko from War 21 as established artists.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, people like Intense and Governor, Squash, Skillibeng, Massacre, the younger contingent on the album. And for me, it's just to try and make close the gap in terms of the generation gap. Is for me to try and show that unity is the best community for dancehall right now. It's, you know, the album name Live and Living, to remind us all that we are in a pandemic, but we are also alive and well and living right now. So we're giving thanks. It's like a positive affirmation. It's also for those people who say dancehall is dead. You know what I mean? Check the pulse. We are alive and living.
Beautiful.
Great vibes and a great album. The next thing is more of a more pop-oriented album. However, I do have hot tracks or dancehall, real dancehall tracks, like, you know, Benny Back from TJ production. So Scorcha from Jordan and Chimney them. But we have, like, you know, Step Outs with Sia on there. Big up to Sia. Big up to people like Gwen Stefani and Shen Sia in one Lovers Rock reggae song with me. Jada Kingdom on the album, Ty Dolla $ign on the album, Junior Gang is on that album with Nicky Jam as well. And yeah, the same tour flow that I put out. So I kind of balance it out. You know, there's some singles on both of them that are a little older, like the Squash single or the Mavada tune is a little older on this Live and Living album than just these 5 months. And also, like, as I said, you know, songs like Benny Back and Scorcha. Scorcha has been out to the lead single that I've shot videos for that. We shoot video for Guns of Navarone. Big up Jesse Royal and Mutabaruka and Stoneboy. And that's on the Live and Living album.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shooting videos for Boom with me and Busy Signal. We've shot videos for Skillibeng and Massacre song with me. We have shot videos for Lionheart, which is a single song on that album. And we kind of just balance it off in terms of doing 2 albums at one time. It's very unconventional, but we live in an unconventional time. I've seen kids, you know, I've seen the younger artists, kind of independent artists, just fling out music. And so I'm just competing with that pace, basically, and giving people the music to lean up on and feel good about. You know what I mean?
Right. Quantity is important, and you definitely represented in terms of the features on the album. It looks and sounds amazing. But we'll talk more about that in a 1 second. I wanted to ask you, like, looking back on your amazing body of work from like the first 6 albums, countless singles, what's your personal favorite song, Sean? Do you have one?
Of my own, no. Each one is like, you know, your child when you develop them. And so, you know, the rhythm gets you in a mood, and that's how you get the lyrics and develop, you know, the thought them where you deal with on the song. So each one is a different experience to me. Each one is a special experience to me. So do have a big song. Right now, I'd say Boom is going on very well. Big up Busy Signal, a dope MC, dope lyricist, you know what I mean? So that one, I'm probably on the album, I like Dynamite on the Scorcha album, which is the song with me and Sia. and I like Spaceship on the Live and Living album. That's Sound with me and Suku.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the songs you love are the ones that are coming out right now, kind of thingies.
Yeah, man, for right now, yeah, them fresh in my brain, and I want people check them out.
Know about that.
The bigger songs are you know, they're established and big, but and good. I like seeing them back and thing, but yeah, the new one, there is something that I want people kind of check out. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Was there a particular song that kind of changed everything for you in terms of your career? Like everything was going on steady, and then boom, a song come along and just exploded the thing, or has it been quite level pace?
Two instances was like that. One was Deport Them from the first album. Deport Them and Hot Girl Today. Them two tunes they kind of sprung me into a bigger listenership in the year 2000. And then I would say by 2001 it was Give Me the Light, very standout tune, something that I never thought would play on the TV stations for, you know, months at a time. So yeah, and it being a weed song, especially at that time when there was not much place kind of freeing up with the herbs. It was kind of a triumphant song for me in that respect, because I did it as a party song, yeah, but also to be able to sing about weed in that respect, and it becomes such a huge song was a great thing. You know what I mean?
So, what can I say? Everybody need a lighter when it's time. And 420 is round the corner. So that's the national anthem. So we know, we're going to bring that back. But fast forward 2021, Live and Living, it looks like a Grammy contender to go with the Dirty Rock, you know. So can I just say congratulations from early.
Give thanks, brother. Give thanks.
But with so many artists involved, how was the process of putting it together? Easy, smooth, hard, difficult?
It was just, it took the time, but it wasn't a difficult thing in terms of, asking people and them saying no. But it was a little bit of effort had to put in it. That's why I call the last song Everest as well. Because it felt like you climb uphill, you know what I mean?
Wow.
A lot of people were saying to me, are you going to have these people on the same album, you know, the elder them, and you know, a couple of people was around us saying that they still love the project, but they thought I should have put, like, you know, the Butcher and the Gang them on one set of work, and then probably the Skillet and Massacre them and Intense on the next set of work. And to me, dancehall, it's too segregated in that respect anyway. And I want there to be the listenership of the whole genre, not just like, oh, we there over in this corner listening. Like our dance day nowadays, sometimes too, you know, some man click up over this or dance, and some woman just stand up with you. So it's kind of weird to me. So even though this album only features the male G them from the genre, my balance it off with the next album, you know, Shensia and Jada Kingdom on that album, and yeah, we kind of balance it off in that respect. I think they're doing phenomenal, the ladies in the group in the genre, but I just kind of wanted to blend up stuff on the first one in terms of the established artists and the young one, them for the show the what can I say? Show the camaraderie, or show say unity is a better community right now.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because every time we have young artists in the genre, we kind of pit them girls themselves. You know what I mean? Right now, that's happening with Intense and Skillibay. People are saying that, yo, you know, them throwing word after each other. And when you ask them, you know, them it's like, I really do that, you know. Me throw out some lyrics and people perceive it to be that. I find that most of the time in the clash, them in dancehall, that is the case. It's, you know, Bunty and Beanie, we're not great friends all the time, but they weren't really arch enemies like how you would find their fans being in the street.
Yeah.
They were lyrical competing and combating each other, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like a dry blood thing, so to speak.
Okay.
So and it's more the crowd, it's more the people, and kind of like yo and you know, kind of put them against each other in a more kind of gladiator sense then. So, yeah.
Well, you know the dancehall fans, them always looking for a different kind of excitement, you know, Sean.
Yeah, true. And,
You know how
and
the thing
myself
is.
too. I mean, I've been in generation where, you know, I love them thing there. Want to go sting and say that. But for me right now, as you know, as a mature person, I'm a father. I'm a responsible person in terms of, you know, responsible for a lot of people's career right now. Engineers, producers, artists as well. I just kind of want to see that part of the culture not so paid attention to. Reason being, I seen myself do it. I seen Shaggy do it. I seen people like Coffee doing it right now. Shensia, Charlie Blacks, Conscience, Egyptian, Serrani. All of these people have ended up on the radio in some form or way in major cities around the world and have waved our flag as a genre for us way more than or not way more, but equally to what the Clash has done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Clash kind of bring about a division in our society and, you know, brother against brother thing, father against son thing, which to me, can't bother with.
It don't make no sense.
Yeah, for me right now, music is a mission, not a competition, as Capitan said. We build champion, we not kill champion, as my father, Super Cat, said in the business. That's more important to me right now at this stage in my life.
Okay.
So, you know, yeah.
Well said. So you mentioned it earlier. Do you really think people think dancehall is dead in some way, kind of way?
I've heard that from my own, from people in my own genre, in terms of producers and certain more established entertainers. They're like, yo, the youth them now do the thing good, and you know what I mean, the rhythm them soft nowadays and now reflect the same drum and bass type of thing. I agree with some of those comments. But at the same time, we can't burn out the youth them. We cannot allow the fact that we see differences or feel differences in what the music is to you know, make us feel like, yo, this is dead. And I've seen it with my own genre, but people outside too, music executives kind of will say that to you. You know, they've said to me before, yo, you're doing well. I'm so glad for you because the genre you're in is it is dead. And when I hear that, it throws me off because people like Sasko, you know, and Busy Signal are amazing lyricists to me. And Skilly Bang himself, you know, even though it's a badness thing, some of them youth are dep on, the technical aspect of what they do or the more fresh kind of vibes or modern type of vibes that they're doing. And I'm not throwing it as trash in the garbage. I'm saying same way when Shabarang started thing. A lot of the elders used to say, yo, Slaughton is done. You know what I'm saying? And Shabarang was a younger person at the time where he was just doing what the generation kind of was feeling and talking about. So the only way to kind of lead the generation that you may feel is going astray back to the root is to do work with them. You know what I mean?
True.
Is to do work with them and big them up and dance them. You know what I mean? Full dance them. Full
dance them, yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing right now.
Okay, well, you know what you need to tell the music executives next time them say that, right? You just have to tell them, say, Russ Kwame, Reggae Recipe, Sunday night, Capital Extra, tune in, and you'll find the dancehall is alive and kicking. That you have to
check
tell
the pulse, check the pulse.
Check the pulse. We're live and living. So speaking of live and living, True Stories, I'm a big fan of the whole album, which is rare for me. And I'm not just saying that because you're here. Crazy with Buju Banton, big tune. I love that one. Everest with Massacre and Skilly. I love that one. And Schedule with Junior Gong and Cha-Ching. Love that one. Love the different vibes. And I'll probably go back and find some other songs down the line, which is what I do. I get into those. But the song I can't stop playing right now is Protect Me with Serrani. My brother. What a tune. What a tune.
Brother. Them song that one and the one with my father and Sasko is like a prayer to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the words we utter in all of them. It's like a prayer. It's not even just conscious. It's like a prayer. It's like when you listen to it, you can actually be driving or just sitting at your house and and reflecting on those words, and you are getting blessings from that. You know?
Yes.
When you sit in a church and them sing hymns, or you even hear like, you know, the pastor or you know, whichever way you what you call it, you worship your creator. This is the kind of thing that comes, or the type of thoughts that comes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So big up to Serrani. You know, it was a song that we had been working on for a little time. So as I said, I had this one working on before. My rhythm, me build the rhythm, but my brother.
Oh, you built that rhythm? Wow.
Yeah, man. But big up to my brother who kind of revamped the music on it. So the drum and the bass is me and Kappa Sean from Kappa Shot Sound System. But my brother come and put certain sound over it and make it be a different vibe. Big up to Jigsaw. I mean,
it really is an amazing production. I absolutely love it, and the vibes is uplifting and very spiritual. And Sanctify, from that came out, it was with me, like just like you said, it's a very emotional and empowering and inspiring kind of record. I'm blessed of Sanctify. So one question I wanted to ask you, Sean, in terms of you being a songwriter, what's your favorite word?
Favorite word?
What's your favorite word?
Girl one, girl them. You know it go. Girl, I'm song now. Baby girl, don't cry no more.
Okay.
Woman no want no bed. Yeah man, woman and girl.
Woman and girl. I thought you was gonna say bless or blaze them.
Well, yeah.
Like bless them. There ain't no second guessing.
Yeah, that's one of my slogan. That's one of my slogan.
Okay.
Really. But I know that I use the word girl a lot. I've had an artist ask me, you know, why me do that? I was like, because one of the ladies them know me, I sing to them. I don't want anybody get it mixed up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, true stories. So the record, another record on the album, Guns of Navarone with Mutabaruka, Stonebwoy and Jesse. Mutabaruka was the first ever radio DJ to play a song of yours. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh wow.
History that. You know, I got a test copy of one of my first songs. Them Robert Livingston came to the studio I was at and heard it. And Robert Livingston used to manage Supercat, and he used to manage Shaggy. At the time, he was managing Shaggy. And when he heard it, he was like, "Yo, the youth, man, the youth sound like Cat." And I say, them tell him say it's me, and I was there at the studio, and him say, "Yo, we're gonna print up some test copy for your zine, and you just put them out and see how it goes." So. I knew that he had a bookshop in New Kingston, Muta, that is. And I took one of the test copy of them and kind of wait for him, man, him in the yard. He said, "No, I'm not there yet." And wait a few minutes, and lo and behold, him pull up and opening up in bookshop. And me kind of go up and check him and say, "Muta, respect, sir. You know, you inspired me for years. This is my single. I'm a young artist. Please tell me what you think about it." And take it and look for me. I'm still opening the door, and I said, "All right." Yeah, man, I look on it and read it and say, "All right, me check it out and go inside." Later that night now, me depon thing there, wait name, you know, homework type of vibes. You know, I was at UTech, or CAST as they call it back in those days, College of Art, Science and Technology. And I was doing hotel management, and me there I do the homework and done, and I say, "Yo, cutting edges tonight." And it's about 12, so Run go turn on the component set now, and boom, and as we turn it on, brother, it's like a magic thing.
Wow.
Serious. And I wish I did have the Instagram or something to tape it at the time.
Wow.
Because, I mean, everybody was asleep in my house. My mom, my brother, and my grandmother is who I lived with at the time, and no one was awake. It was school the next morning, Friday morning, and so I was like, "Yo," as I turn it on, I hear him say, "Yeah, the brother, you know, him have a tune. You have something for say, I just want you listening." And then press play. And I was like, damn. So forever, I mean, I had respect for him from before, but to be able to claim that Muta, I was the first person that gave me a chance, give me a listen on the radio, on the airwaves, was a big thing to me. I was a big fan of his show. I was a big fan of, what can I say? A big fan of his poetry and his dub poet, stuff and his philosophy from a long time ago. As a kid, I remember him on TVJ, which is a TV station in Jamaica around this festival time, doing a poem called Me and My Mother. Traveling through the land with me too long, and just me and my mother. And so,
yeah,
you know, true, my mom was a single mom for a lot of the time. I really rated him as a poet, and for him to play my song, amazing. And then now, come full circle, one of my first conscious materials that I am pushing, like hardcore, on the album that I produced myself. You know, just featuring Jesse Ryle and Stoneboy from Ghana, big up Ghana. Mutabaruka give us inspiration in a speech that me and my brother watched.
Right.
And when Jigsaw heard the song, my brother, he was like, yo, check out this and let's put this at the beginning, and it matched perfect. You know, we went to him and he was very gracious. He said, mad. And we shoot a video with it, and he was, you know, just adamant that he never want him. He said, love the message in the song. Powerful message. When no want a girl to wind up in the song around it. So I said, no, Muta is a different type of song, a different type of video we are doing. It's like a short movie, a short film. That video already soon drop. So just telling the people who listening, look out for it, you know, big vibe.
I'm really looking forward towards that one, because that must be an important song on the album. You're making the video, and yeah, big up Mutabaruka every time. I'll never forget the words from one of his dub poems. "It no good for stay in a white man country too long." I ain't said that.
Yo.
And that one stayed with me. I was like, you know what?
Big up.
Big up Mutabaruka every time. So you see Live and Living, you described that as a hardcore album yourself, and the next one, Scorcha, is going to be different. Do you think that the two albums will have two slightly different audiences?
I hope that they blend. You know, I hope that people kind of get a good explanation from me doing interviews like this one, and understand that more hardcore dancehall doesn't mean bad things. It just means, you know, a more pure production from the real artists. And if you look on the album, real artists, engineers, and producers exist on it in form of left side. Artist, producer, engineer, in the form of Suku, artist, producer, engineer, in the form of Junior Gang, artist, producer, engineer, in the form of Damarco, who built the track Everest for me, and Massacre and Skilly Bang. I just feel like more hardcore production, you know, with the artists and producers who I have on Live and Living is more a pure dancehall sound. The other one is more poppy in terms of the artists who I work with, and also the people who do the production and Banks and Ranks. But we do have Jamaican production on that album as well. It's just more poppy oriented.
Okay.
Whether it be that I can bridge the gap and make both audiences enjoy or not, is left to be seen. But yeah, good vibes.
Good vibrations. Sean, thank you so much for your time. I just got one last question that I really wanted to ask you, and I think it's poignant because we have to shed the positivity as much as the music. You started a new foundation this year. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please, just briefly?
Yeah, being an artist in Jamaica, you know, and growing up in Jamaica, you see poverty, you see people who are in need a lot, and you know, being blessed to be an artist. And I kind of want to support people, and I've been from the early days, you know, people around me. And so, like, you know, Hurricane Ivan in 2005, I helped a number of schools get back to start schooling before, you know, it was going to be 5 months before they got back to school. And I remember Hurricane Gilbert back in the day. It took 3 months for us to get back to school. So I kind of helped in that respect. I've bought, you know, machines, dialysis machines for hospitals out here. I've also been involved with, you know, Shaggy's Foundation year to year to help out the Children's Hospital. And so this year I thought, boy, this is going to be a crazy 2 years that I did plan for. And I'm giving thanks that I'm able to help people. You know, we helped small farmers. We've helped you know, students with tablets. We've helped also just a number of people, families with care packages. Reason why I'm doing them thing there, you know what I mean? Jamaica is a place that made me. It made me who I am today. And for me to turn my back, especially in this time, would be a very poor decision.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So
amazing. Yeah. Let me just give you a round of applause in the studio and say salute, and we thank you very much for that. But
appreciate that.
Always a pleasure speaking with you, Sean. Can you just give us a one punch for the fans, them, and let them know, say, it's a Dirty Rock Bar speaking and all these things are live and living, please?
Mad song. Hey, yo, it's Sean Party Girls and overall, letting them know that you on the capital flow. You know what I mean? Ras Kwame coming at you, letting them know. Hey, yo, Dirty.
Mad something. Sean, big up yourself, enough respect, and thank you, my brother. Until the
Salute.
next time.
Give thanks for the time, yeah?
Now say a word, me G. Up and up and up. Guidance.